Welcome to the Embodied WOMBAN podcast with me, Rebecca Wilson. An embodied experiential space for you to drop deep into the wealth of wisdom within your being and activate a fuller, richer you. I am a feminine awakener, thought leader, embodied business doula, sacred business midwife, healer, and all-round medicine woman. I am here to guide women deeper into their essence and power, to activate their life force, awaken pleasure, and support them to live an embodied life. I will help you birth your visions, dreams, creations, desires, and sacred business into the world from an easeful, embodied, and rooted place within. My work supports women to become more available for life, love, relationship, connection, creation, pleasure, and wealth. I will activate you into self-leadership and self-mastery to truly live an embodied and awakened life. Welcome on the journey, my love. Hello, love, and welcome to the Embodied Woman podcast with me, Rebecca Wilson. I'm so happy and excited you're here with me in this conversation. It's a theme that I have been pondering and exploring and unraveling within myself and my work and creations, business and leadership over the past few months. And yeah, it's a theme that I want to just open up conversation around because I feel like it is really important. So here we are. We're talking about the myths of feminine leadership. So if you're new here or new into my world, welcome. And if you've been around for a while, I'm really happy that you're here listening and sharing this journey with me. So if you've been around for a while, you will know my journey within my work and my business and my creations. And if you're new to this space, I work in and around the feminine leadership space, the feminine energy, supporting women and guiding them into their bodies, into their hearts, their wombs, supporting women to deepen into embodied awakenings, to be able to arrive into a felt sense of more wholeness, fullness within their own self, within their own body. And in turn, whatever they desire to create in the world from that space, they do so from a place of groundedness, ease, flow, and this felt sense of being connected, rooted, and anchored within. So my work is deeply rooted in the feminine. But what I have recognized within the field of feminine leadership, feminine awakening, women rising in business, in creation, women walking the path of their own awakening and healing. You know, this doesn't just live in the realm of business or sacred creation. It lives in the realm of healing, of awakening, of relationship, of all of it, because there really isn't a separation piece. And I know I often speak into that because it's true. And yeah, something that I really feel called to continuously recognize and remind us all that any space of separation of different parts of ourselves pulls us out of existing in our own wholeness. So the realm and the space of feminine leadership is a really interesting space at this time. It's very much a theme of feminine energy only. And when I say that, I speak into it from a place of understanding and recognizing that there is a feminine energy that's awakening in the collective, within all beings and within women at this time. There is a powerful movement of energy rising, opening, awakening in women. We are at a very different place in time from our history and where we have come from. and what we've been available to achieve and create, or what's been available to us and for us as women. The world consciousness evolution is happening. It always has been, and it's happening at what feels like a rapid, fast rate these times. And there's such a beautiful but focused emphasis on the feminine aspect of the self within business and leadership. And I just really want to speak into here at this point that I am absolutely here for all of this. If you know me, if you've been following my journey or my work, I am very deeply rooted and connected to this energy and this aspect within myself, and weave it into all areas of my life, my relationship, my business, my creations, the space that I hold for other women. But I often feel like the piece that's missing in this conversation is the recognition that nothing can operate in one polarity of a state of wholeness. There needs to be the expression of either both halves or two opposites in a state of union, connectedness, togetherness, or wholeness. And within this particular conversation, in the realm of feminine leadership, the aspect that often loses its seat at the table or somehow gets blocked or diminished or seen as bad or wrong or not acceptable, or there's many different forms of this that can unfold, is the masculine aspect of the polarity here. So the feminine and the masculine being these two opposing energies that when brought together are unified in wholeness and create two sides of the one coin, if we will. It's an absolute illusion that we can operate and create our businesses, our creations, your services, your sacred business. Maybe you're creating products or you're a healer, coach, a mentor. It's an absolute illusion that all of that can be created only from and through the feminine, because the feminine is the energetic in the energy aspect of all of that. And there can be this really strong thread that is like sold in this realm of creation and coaching and therapy and healing and business, of doing it all the feminine way. And, you know, I recognize that even in speaking into this in this podcast and calling it the myths of feminine leadership, it has a certain pull into it. It draws women into the narrative of feminine leadership. And I am definitely in a space of my journey where for me, the truer description of this energy that I'm speaking into is embodied leadership, because leadership requires many different aspects of us. It requires the multifaceted, multidimensional humanness of you and me and everybody else that is in their own form of creation, leadership, space holding, coaching, healing, therapy, sacred conscious business, and services that support that. And I often feel like that aspect gets missed out of the conversation, and it's a really important piece. From the conversations I've had with many women and my own journey of unraveling within this felt sense that everything can be created, achieved, done through the feminine energy. And in turn, there is a dismissal, a denial, or a rejection of the masculine aspect of the self, leads us deeper into separation. Because the masculine aspect of you and of me and of all beings, all humans, all women, because we all have both of these aspects, is the part that gets things done, that drives forward action, that, takes lead, is decision making. And all of these are vital skills or qualities to evolve and nurture and grow within the self when you are in the realm of sacred business, conscious creation, leadership, thought leadership, healing, coaching, therapy, whatever the realm is you're in. There's the aspects of both your inner feminine and inner masculine that are required for you to be a well-rounded, grounded, rooted, open, sensitive, and empathetic embodied leader. And so this conversation that has moved through this particular collective space of this work around feminine leadership often drives a narrative that you can do it all from this place of the feminine. And it can often weave in a false story and limitations to the desired outcome that you may want to achieve within what you are creating in the world. We need flow. We need surrender. We need energy. We need trust. We need to be able to let go. We need to be able to take space. But we also need, in equal amounts, drive, action, forward-moving decision-making, alignment, integrity, actioning through self or passing over to different team members, conscious, clear conversations. And so we can see here that in this realm of this polarized energy of the masculine and feminine, that both of these aspects are needed within thought leadership, within the realm of leadership. And I would expand here and extend the theme or the umbrella of leadership away from believing that it just lives in business or creation or space holding. I truly believe that leadership lives in all areas of our lives. How we lead ourselves through challenge, how we lead ourselves in our community, how you lead yourself in connection and relationship to your family members, to your children if you have them, to your partner if you're in relationship, with your friends. And then, yes, with colleagues or team members, with your clients or your audience or the community of people that work with you, anybody that you co-create with. Leadership is life. It's how we lead ourselves through the experiences that unfold for us or the experiences that we create for ourselves. So this conversational piece around one aspect being higher, fuller, more acceptable, and the dismissal, it's like a subtle dismissal of other aspects of the self that are just as important and needed and valuable in a state of harmony and balance, and a sacred dance of transitioning and weaving between the two. But there isn't just two, because there's many different aspects of self that we bring forward, but these two polarized energies, because it still plays into the wound of separation between the masculine and feminine energy on the planet, in the world, and within the self. There's this subtle dismissal or denial of a particular part, and this holding up of doing it the feminine way is the best way. It's the only way. You can do it all with that energy. And it just isn't true. You know, from creating a conscious, sacred business and leading in my area of work and healing and coaching and therapy and the embodiment that I support and have supported so many women with, I can absolutely tell you it is not true. You are not able to be in leadership only from your feminine. You require to deepen into your capacity to hold structure, to have strategy, to be clear and decide the next actions that you take within whatever area of your life it is, from a space of clarity and integrity. Space holding itself is a masculine aspect and quality, because you become the container for the other person to be in their felt sense or their emotional body, which is the feminine. It's super important that this conversation, for me anyway, and I know for many women that have journeyed with me, that is moved through the field and through the collective, because beyond this particular micro dot of the conversation in this particular realm, if we zoom out even more, when we are going into experiences within our business, our life, our relationships from a separated place, we're unable to hold the nuances of the experience and what that experience brings to us, because we're living in one extreme swing of the pendulum, or one extreme side or expression of the polarity. But when we're better able to hold the more aspects, the two opposing or the multidimensional ones that coexist in the center, we are better able to relate and understand and connect with other people. And in turn, we're better able to show up in life from a more full, rounded, grounded, embodied place within ourselves, where we're able to dance that sweet dance between structure and flow, masculine and feminine, action and surrender. And there's a really beautiful whirlpool of everything that exists there, where we get to choose moment to moment what is needed, why it's needed, how it's needed. And more specifically, in that space of leadership, that balanced space of being able to hold a sense of structure, boundary, and solidity whilst remaining soft, open, and empathetic is the golden space to be in. Because when we are able to access that sense of structure, of certainty, of solidity, and boundary within ourselves, the people that we work with or we're in relationship to feel safe. And we're able to access our heart, softness, gentleness. We're able to offer empathy and compassion and understanding whilst remaining solid and held and rooted. There is this felt sense of connection, intimacy, understanding, and safety for your clients, the people that you work with, your community, your audience, and so on. So here they are. Here it is. The myths of feminine leadership. It cannot exist solely in the feminine. It requires us to arrive deeper into our own wholeness, which in turn allows us to hold a space of wholeness for the people that we are in business with, we're in creation with, we're in relationship to, and the people that are in your audience, your community, or the spaces, the offerings, the services that you create for them. So this is why I've created the Embodied Woman Mentorship and Mastermind. It's a 6-month journey. We begin in May 2023. And this is a journey which is limited for just 10 women. And it's a journey for women to arrive deeper into the fullness of who they are so that they can share from that centered, anchored place within whatever it is they feel they are here to share within their business, within their communities, maybe in their relationships with their children, within their creations and their services, whatever they are birthing into the world. We already have 3 spaces taken, so that leaves us with 7 remaining. All the details are linked in the show notes. The link is there for you to click on and arrive into the landing page where you can read all about the offering. My inbox is always open. You can find me on Instagram at Rebecca_Wilson_, or you can email me and connect with me that way. I love to hear what's happening for you, what's alive, what's present, what's this conversation brought up. And if you're feeling the call to join us, I welcome you on this journey. Thank you for joining me on this journey today. If you loved this musing and sharing, I would love for you to share this episode far and wide. You can arrive into all of my offerings at rebecca-wilson.com. Links to dive deeper with me are in the episode notes. Remember, my love, you are here to be the fullest, most potent, powerful, embodied version of you. I am here to guide you into that. Hey love, I'm dropping in here to welcome you to join us in our online community membership, The Village. I created this space for women to gather, to return to themselves, to deepen the connection and the relationship with self, whilst held in a community of like-minded women walking the journey and the path of their own awakening.